Hello there. Welcome to my first ever review of Primal Tales of Savagery. But Primal sounds a lot more easier to say off of the tip of the tongue. Created by a man named Genndy Tartakovski, who also worked on shows and created Dexter's Laboratory, Samurai Jack, Symbionic Titans, Star Wars, the Clone Wars series, Hotel Transylvania, a movie called Fixed with Dogs, and one of his later shows, Unicron Warriors, along with many others, and a few other executive producers, Brian A. Miller, Jennifer Pelfany, Rob Searcher, and Sam Register. I'm probably pronouncing some of their names wrong, but I'll put their names up on screen and in the descriptions later. Shown on Cartoon Network, Adult Swim, a little bit of the late hours, on October 10th, the 8th, 2019. It's one of those series classified as an action, fantasy, adventure, a little bit of horror, but all around, I would say, just an interesting series to follow along with. But enough with my rambling. Let's get on with the review. Let's start off with the first episode of Primal, called Spear and Fang, with our protagonist caveman fishing at a stream, pretty much enjoying life as much as possible. How I miss those days. Anyways, it's all rainbows and butterflies, or should I say flies, gators. He escapes the clutches, or teeth, of our crocodile, whichever one. After that encounter, he's probably thinking to himself, it's probably enough fishing for the day. Then heading home to see his wife and kids. After all, you're not you when you're hungry.
Everyone's after my Lucky Charms.
But since this was after the Land Before Time, things get dark real quick. As Spear hears a scream in the distance and his heart sinks, he rushes home as fast as possible. I like how it tells a story where pretty much you're watching instead of it explaining it to you. No dialogue, no explaining, just action and scenes where basically you witness and see the tragedies of what this primal world has and will give you at any moment. Genndy shows us a scene, unfortunately for our protagonist, that he was too late to rescue his wife and children. The fear, the horror, the loss is too much for Spear and Ham, and with one final move, he acts. Listen to me here. I'm trying to get you guys to like and subscribe and check out my channel and see if I should continue on with these reviews here, and the whole entire last 4 minutes has been basically horror and fear. And I know a lot of people don't like to watch or listen to stories that start off not so family friendly, but there's a lot of you little sick out there. But let's get back to the story. I apologize here, but we still have to go through the aftermath of Spear losing his family and loved ones in front of him, and there was nothing he can do. I can't show everything here, these are all nothing but clips, but there were 3 horned blood T-Rexes that just ruined his day, ruined his life, and the only thing you can think of is probably the same thing as he's going through at this moment. Witnessing the loss of your whole entire family, and there is nothing you can do. He tried fighting the three-horned blood T-Rexes, but they were called away by their big main alpha, leaving him to sit in pain and loss. The guilt building up inside of you that you weren't there sooner or earlier. And I'm not sure of most of you or a lot of you. We've either lost a friend, a family member, someone we hold dear. And that really hurts. If what Genndy Tartakovski is trying to tell in this story, at least that's what I think, is life can give you a silver spoon or a lump of coal. You can have a hard time at work, school, anywhere. But it can all end in an instant. Things don't always go your way, and sometimes you have to deal with that. You can work super hard. You can be the smartest person in the room. You can be born rich. But life doesn't care. It moves on. And if you continue to watch this series, you see that. In the next scene, we see Spear once again fishing. We don't get a timeline of how long he's been grieving or sad, or what he'd done after basically leaving his home. But life does continue to move on, and so should he. I'm not saying that he stopped thinking about his family or doesn't care. It's just, probably to him, his family would be even more sadder if he just gave up. As he's fishing, he sees a silhouette of a familiar figure, one of the T-Rexes, but this one is different. We are soon introduced to our second main character in the story, Fang, the Aqua T-Rex? Blue? Your decision, really. She is called Fang, and yes, it is a her, because, well, later on in the series, she has more hatchlings. And the reason why we call her Fang is that one dominant tooth on the right side of her face. Seeing an opportunity here of Fang not picking him up just yet, but Spear deciding he can probably get some revenge for his family, chases after her to her den, ready to confront the dinosaurs that took everything from him. He's ready to confront the dinosaurs when all of a sudden he realizes this isn't the dinosaur that killed his family, and that, well, she's a mother looking after her own children. Fang rightfully defends to make sure not any other creature, predator, or anything else harms her babies, her family, as Spear is conflicted between what to do. These are the same dinosaurs, slightly, but it's a mother and her own chicks. Somehow Spear knows that they're the same species, but not the ones that killed his family. But soon enough, the actual threats come barreling in, looking for another snack or victims to end. This is nature after all, and prey will hunt prey no matter what. But as Fang tries to defend her babies, Spear also realizes Fang is also in a predicament that he once was in, and without any hesitation, he begins to fight the blood-horned T-Rexes alongside her. Fang taking out 2 of the horned blood T-Rexes as Spear handles the last one. And to tell you, it's a pretty brutal way on how both of them take out these dinosaurs. In the end, Spear does actually avenge his family and rescues Fang's babies from also ending up with the same fate. But we don't always get a good ending. The alpha dinosaur of the trio comes in and finishes the job that her triplets couldn't do. In the same brutal manner as Spear once before. Fang losing her family just the same as Spear in the most horrific manner. Tries to avenge her babies, but is no match for the oversized Alpha Red T-Rex. Spear, seeing another family destroyed by these monsters, rushes in once again without hesitation to fight the T-Rex and help Fang avenge her children. Surprisingly, Fang actually understands what Spear is doing, and she assists him in fighting and ending the final threat. And with that, we come to the end of the episode. Only 24 minutes, 25, but still enjoyable. But a sad ending for both Fang and Spear. 2 characters that pretty much were living their own lives end it all in a sudden. They both got their vengeance, but did they get their satisfaction? I don't think so. As Spear walks away, letting Fang mourn the loss of her children, Spear understands that way too well. As we end the scene, we see Spear one last time walking a beach, thinking about all what has happened, when he hears behind him loud footsteps to see Fang follow, knowing the pain that she also feels, despite by these 2 being 2 different species. Remarkably, they team up. In the end, a caveman and a dinosaur wander land together, facing whatever comes along their path. Despite by differences, man and beast can understand that when you're alone, you need others to help and support you and get you through things. There's a lot of things in this first review that I wanted to say and also can't say, because I want you to enjoy the show for your own experience. There's 10 episodes for each season, and there's 3. But thank you for tuning in, and for all those that listened to the end. I appreciate it. Until next time, thank you for tuning in and watching Primal with me. Adios and ciao.